2. Welcome, everyone, to the Turtle Lair Podcast, San Diego Comic-Con Especial! I am your non-Hispanic host, and probably somewhat Caucasianly rude, Bob Saget. With me to talk some San Diego is the cadre of toy pioneers and intelligentsia. Metalhead Matt, say hello.
Hello.
April O'Nick, say what's up.
You know I hate that name.
I know, that's why I use it. That's
Hello.
why I use it.
I know.
Well, say hello. Don't say I hate that name. That's not a hello. Not hello.
Exactly how I should.
Gentlemen, we are post Comic-Con, which means something in the modern world, which is why we're talking about it. Because, personally, I would like to have a V8 or a Coke and a smile than sit and actually talk about the rumblings and goings-ons of that bullshit Consumer Fest from San Diego.
The afterglow.
Yes, but San Diego is as it is, and I didn't go, so I wasn't annoyed by it so much.
And Hasbro Toy Shop still hasn't put up any toys on their site.
You know what?
We're gonna get to that.
I don't care if they do, because I have sworn off. Scout's Honor. I think that's the Scout Honor right there. Scout Honor, or Rainbow Coalition for life.
You sworn off this year, huh?
I sworn off every year from this point on. I mean, no more San Diego exclusives. Not including the Boba Fett that I got before I made the deal. All right, so this is.
Well, that was a Walgreens exclusive.
Okay, there we go. See, I'll get a Walgreens exclusive, but I won't get a San Diego exclusive.
That's how you have to do it. You gotta find those loopholes. Gotta get your Tracker Fett.
I did not get a San Diego exclusive Soundwave. I got a Toys R Us exclusive Soundwave.
That's
Something
right.
that might be interesting to the viewers is that the Star-Lord from the Marvel Legends exclusive set, that will be released later in a Guardians of the Galaxy 5-pack.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah, it was mentioned in the Marvel panel, so that's a nice thing, is that it will be less exclusive.
Oh my God, Star-Lord! I can't wait for him. No, said nobody ever in the Marvel Comics community.
Until
maybe the toy community, but not the comics community.
Yeah. He looks cool. That's why toy people like him.
Does he look like what's his name, Adrian Brody or Adam Brody or whatever that guy was from Entourage? Because wasn't that like the long-running role he was going for with Star-Lord?
And then he didn't get it.
He didn't get it because he lost Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, that's the extent of my knowledge of Entourage.
All right.
So
Star with Turtle. We'll go to the Comic-Con afterwards.
yeah. So let's start with the turtle stuff. Let's talk turtles. Let's talk some San Diego Turtles. So the panels at Comic-Con were filled to the brim of bullshittery and knowledge. Let's see. So first news: Season 3, of course, of the Nick Turtles is rearing completion and will look to be broadcast sometime after September.
Right.
And more on that in a second. But they've gone out of their way to identify 3 voice actors that are coming. We're getting Freddy Krueger, we're getting Napoleon Dynamite, and the Crypt Keeper will all be doing voices in Season 3. Not their actual characters.
No.
That's just to let you know who I'm talking about, because I don't know if people know.
It's gotta be characters that homage that stuff, though.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I assume Robert Englund will be Muckman. That is my assumption.
He's not gonna be a Muckman. He's gonna be some weird nightmare teddy bear thing.
Nightmare teddy bear thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Then what are we saying? John Kasser's gonna be Muckman? John Heder?
No, John Hetter's gonna be Napoleon.
Frog?
Yeah. He's gonna sound like Napoleon Dynamite.
That
That would
That's how they're
sadly
doing it.
that would sadly make sense. Unfortunately.
That's exactly.
God, no.
They have some weird with the
Come
Freddy
on,
Krueger.
Michelangelo, you lord.
Oh.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I
I'm
think
pretty. Hey, Donatello, I'm pretty sweet with a bow staff.
he even has like a fanny pack.
Oh God,
Mm-hmm.
his fanny pack of doom.
They said something about like some nightmare bears, which they kind of look like really effed up Care Bears. Like they're like really
So
jacked up
they,
Care
so
Bears.
they look like Care Bears then.
Do they
They
have the
look,
tummy symbols?
they
That'd
got
be awesome.
yeah, they have tummy symbols, but like one's like a flaming skull or something like that. It's really creepy looking stuff. One's like flaming red, and I think that's the Freddy Krueger one. And then there's like a bluish looking one, which I think is the one that the Crypt Keeper's doing the voice for.
I'm surprised there is not a vinyl toy line of this already.
Yeah.
Just Freddy Krueger, skull, teddy, Care Bears.
I have a feeling it's probably gonna be the same as the LARP episode,
Oh yeah.
or it's gonna be like a one-shot thing where they're trapped in a dream or something like that, and they got these crazy, creepy teddy bear things running around. That's the best I can assume about this. They didn't really give a plot, but that's the first thing that jumped in my head was like, oh, it's another LARP episode, but it's dreaming now instead of LARPing.
Hiffalumps and woozles.
Yeah, hopefully they'll do it around October, so it fits in with the whole Halloween, scary, spooky shit.
Not guaranteed.
No.
Not guaranteed.
No. But yeah, Napoleon Bonaparte is going to be played by John Heder, who was Napoleon Dynamite.
And I'm assuming, let's just base it off of this. John Kasser, who was the Crypt Keeper, and also was the kid looking for Zelda in the Legend of Zelda video game.
Oh,
Back in 1988. I just dated Tiffany Amber Thiessen. So there you go. You can't prove I didn't. People out there. They probably can, just by association of looks. If we're going with that, then I assume the Crypt Keeper is going to play like Genghis Frog, and Robert Englund will end up being Rasputin the Mad Frog.
Oh man, Genghis Frog? Wasn't he sort of like I always thought of him as a Florida thing, but just like a old time.
Really, I always assumed he was sort of a Mongolian.
No, maybe I'm confusing it. There was another frog, the one with the beach. Is that Genghis Frog? I'm trying to remember.
They all had Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah, they all had Hawaiian shirts, so I don't know why that made me think Florida all the time, but retirement community of frogs.
Hang on, let's see if I can pull
Or maybe Louisiana or something. But yeah,
They
more
all-
tropical.
They all came out of Florida. They all came out of the Everglades.
Exactly, that's what it is.
There you go. But Jesus. Hawaiian shirts. They must be from Florida.
That sounds about right.
Now I just want these. I want the Mad Frogs, but I want them to be like just old retirees wearing like black socks and sandals and Bermuda shorts and Hawaiian shirts and.
That's what he looks like. He's got shorts on.
What you got there, Ethel?
He doesn't look like he's from Hawaii, so.
The problem with the punk frogs is it's going to be one hell of a stretch to cut for someone like Mikey to come up with a reason for renaming them. Genghis Frog, Napoleon, and all that shit. I mean, the very crux of the punk frogs is the fact that they willingly accepted new names.
Right.
And not even new names, but in my opinion, the most retarded names in the world. Because, Jesus Christ, Shredder, you didn't have to incorporate the word frog into... Okay, Napoleon Bonafrog, that's kind of punny and not really witty, but just kind of okay. It fits in the name. But Rasputin the Mad Frog... I mean,
That's stretching it a little bit. Genghis Frog works.
yoga instructors will go, that's too much of a stretch. It was just, Genghis Frog, maybe. And then, what was it? Hold on. It was Genghis Frog, Napoleon Bonafrog, Rasputin the Mad Frog, and who was the other one?
Was it the brown one? I'm trying to remember. Is it Horny Toad or something?
It's not Horny Toad. It's named after somebody. Hold on. Jesus. We always have this discussion. We always try to figure it out.
You should write them down.
I know, we really should. We suck at remembering the names of the punk frogs.
Because we like turtles, we don't like frogs.
Look, the only frogs that matter in this world are Pimple, Zitz, and Wart.
Hmm.
Okay.
Battletoads.
Oh, sure.
Battletoads.
Do you
I
guys
got
have
it.
up the chat window on the right?
What is it?
What?
Bing.com images search.
Yeah, that's what Robert Englund's character is gonna look like in the cartoon.
Okay. Oh,
I did.
Supposedly.
oh, that's the bear. Okay.
This creepy bear, and there's a bunch of them. So I think that there's a red one, there's a blue one, I think there might be a yellow one too. And I think the blue one's gonna be played by the Crypt Keeper. So there's your creepy bear, like Nightmare Bears or something like that.
It's like a bear rodent.
Yeah.
That's just
That
weird.
looks like a toy prototype mock-up.
Yeah, they actually had a toy mock-up and they had the animation one, but that was the first one I could find. So.
Nice. Okay. Well, I like the flaming skull. That is a cool design. It's even cracked. Look, oh man, that looks. I like it just for the flaming skull, and then you look up and there's like this creepy, almost naked mole rat bear looking at you.
Nightmare Mole. Maybe that's what they are. Alright.
They're cute. They are cute. And eventually my slow-ass computer will get around to telling me the punk frog. Attila the frog!
Ugh.
I thought that was it, but I really did not want to assume they were going with Attila and Genghis together. Because Hun, Khan, they're kind of the same thing. Anyway, let's move on. Speaking of voice actors, to me, this is a double dose. This is a double dose of fun. Speaking personally.
Okay.
And that is that we're going to get Robbie Rist, the original voice of live-action 90s movies Michelangelo, who until this current Michelangelo, Greg, whatever his last name is, Greg Sinestro, I don't know what the fuck his name is Greg something. Greg Cicero. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, the current Michelangelo, the current Nickelodeon Mikey.
Mm-hmm.
Robbie Rist was my favorite Michelangelo voice. I thought he had the best one down.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, he's coming back to voice a character in the Nick Turtles that somebody here was really looking forward to. I think it was you, Nick. Maybe it was Matt.
This is the first time I've heard of this, but wow, he's playing. You want to say it?
No, go ahead. You were the one that's having
Mondo Gecko.
Mondo Gecko!
Mondo Gecko.
The long-lost original other person inside the turtle bowl. Wasn't he washed down?
Oh, yeah. I got what you're saying.
Wasn't he in the turtle bowl with them or something? And Michelangelo in the dream remembered him?
Yeah.
Mondo Gecko!
And he has such an interesting toy, because it came with a vehicle.
Yeah, it came with the scooter. Or no, the skateboard with the powered skateboard.
Yeah.
That's right.
And a little roller skate on his tail.
Yes.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Phi be to you, child of the 80s, who paid for the foot ski or whatever that was called, the
skate?
The ninja skateboard that came with a giant hover wheel or the hover band behind it.
A little skate that pushes out a little foot that's supposed to.
Exactly. Phi be to you, child who paid for that.
Oh,
That
man.
was a real skateboard.
Real skateboard with an engine on it.
So suck it. With your hoverboard.
Man, I loved Mondo Gecko as a kid because he had this tail. It was crazy. And he had the skateboard. And the design of him. He had like a skateboarder shirt with a skull and crossbones.
He was a stoner.
Yeah, I suppose. I never actually watched the episode with him in it. I always just recall him as being this crazy turtle ally for the toy line. So, just like Ace Duck, who was kind of different in the cartoon as just a guy that they watch on TV.
Right.
But in the toy line, I mean,
he had a whole purpose.
Yeah. They didn't really go over much of the plot for the next seasons.
So those are all still up in the air, and with good reason. One thing they did tell about was that the Muckman will be a villain in the show, which we all kind of figured because we all saw the Muckman poster, and we're like, you don't really throw something like that out there without following it up later. I mean, they have yet to do that. They have yet to hint at something or reference something and not follow through with bringing it in.
Oh my man, one of those gross out characters, just like Mutagen Man was.
I loved him. I mean, was it Mugman and Joe Eyeball?
Yeah. His little partner was Joe Eyeball.
I hope to God that they're not voiced like they were in the classic series, because I may have gotten that they were doing Jackie Gleason and Ed Norton from the Honeymooners.
Nobody else did.
No one else did. No one got. I mean, what child of the '80s besides my lame crazy butt?
I didn't get it.
Would have been like, I watch Nick at Night. I know what they're referencing.
Yeah, the Fred Wolf cartoon series, when you watch it now as an adult, you're getting all these references that were just sort of pop culture-y things at the time. And it feels like they were just doing it for themselves than really for the kids to throw those jokes in there.
Which I think, I can't fault them for doing that, because I mean, I prefer them doing something that would appeal to them. But yeah, kids are not really going to get the Honeymooners. I didn't detract from the character, because I loved Muckman. I liked his look. I thought it was really interesting.
I mean, within reason. I mean, I think they try to slip in what they can that keeps them entertained, I suppose. So it's not just drivel like the current seasons of SpongeBob.
Wow, a slam on SpongeBob right out the gate. I'm intrigued. Matt, why do you hate SpongeBob?
You're not.
Well, I know this might be a little bit close to home because we're talking about a show that airs on Nickelodeon, but.
No, go ahead. No, come on.
But I mean, yeah, the current seasons of SpongeBob.
They ain't paying my bills.
They're not making a toy line I'm interested in. So. But that's not the reason. The reason is that they just made it so that they treat Squidward. None of the characters aren't anything but caricatures anymore. They're not progressing. They're not. Squidward is just sort of the butt of everyone's jokes, even though he doesn't deserve it most of the time. You feel like SpongeBob is being this psychopath.
He is.
And the writers excuse it like, it's so extreme and he's going too far. Isn't this funny? But it makes him come across not as, a little kid, but as this deranged lunatic. It's just wrecking everyone's day.
That's how I always saw him. He's.
Yeah, but you watch an old episode like Krusty Krab Pizza.
No, I'm not going to.
Well, I mean, think of an old episode. Just play the little clip in your mind of how good an old episode of SpongeBob was.
Okay, I'm there.
Yeah. My leg, and then see how I mean, they just released a trailer for their new SpongeBob movie in 3D, and
Ugh.
in
When will
that
3D go away? I want 3D to go away.
and that doesn't look too promising. It's 3D CGI, and the characters go from the 2D style into a 3D style to blend with live action, and the SpongeBob live action stuff has always been like a low budget joke from the beginning. Like, look how little of a budget we had to make this, and that was its appeal.
Well, I always liked the episode where he had the suds, and his treatment was to wash somebody.
Exactly, it was
Like,
a low budget
whole
joke
thing.
kind of thing, and now they usually just do it for gross out humor, like a low budget Ren and Stimpy.
Aw.
That's not cool.
Hey, I will say this though: low budget Ren and Stimpy is still better than high budget Korra. I want to say.
I haven't watched the new season of Korra. I like the first season, but I haven't seen the
I haven't
new
watched any seasons of Korra. That was the first name that popped into my head.
All right, we're getting off on a tangent. We need to get.
We
back.
are.
We're just
So we're gonna come by after hours, and we will listen to more of Matt talking about why SpongeBob SquarePants is a violent rapist who has murdered humor.
the end of humor. SpongeBob.
Yes, indeed. The biggest thing, I didn't put it in the notes, but I think I mentioned it in the discussion, the Facebook discussion group that we have. We thought the last episode we saw, which had Karai, spoiler alert coming up, Karai turned into a viper, was the season finale of Ninja Turtles. We were wrong.
Nope.
The season finale of the Turtles is in September.
Right.
I don't know if there's any more episodes between now and then.
Probably not.
But
Mid-season break, towards the end of the season break.
I think it's the penultimate episode break. So I think when we got to the penultimate episode, and next September, I don't know when season 3 is going to launch. I hope it's not too long afterwards, or maybe they're just, hey, we're going to do the season finale, and then we're not going to make you wait on pins and needles, which I think you should. Kids should enjoy the feeling of, I can't wait for the first episode. We need that. You kids need that. They need that summer of Who Shot Mr. Burns. They need that summer of, holy crap, Picard is aboard, and Riker just told him to fire on the ship.
That was fantastic.
Yes, you need that summer that's like, holy crap, I am dying, because those are the summers that I remember.
Yeah.
That was a good summer. So anyway, yes, season finale, Ninja Turtles, Nick, September. I'll get you a date whenever I know it or remember it. But it's in September, so enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah. They had to give everybody a cleansing palate for the movie. They're like, oh no, we're gonna stop early. Let the movie get in its licks, and then.
I got my ticket.
Ooh.
Thursday at 7, non-3D, Concord Mills.
Thursday at 7. My goodness.
Thursday at 7 at the
Starting
Concord Mills AMC.
Starting
Come on
early.
down. Yeah, they are. They're not dicking around.
We're gonna ruin your entire evening, not just the movie.
I'll be having a giant bucket of popcorn and a soda that I will not be able to eat because I'll be disgusted by the proceedings. Speaking of the movie, of which I am anticipating, apparently there's going to be surf lingo. No hashtag language, which I guess is used to describe modern slang.
It means no LOLs and no
hashtag tweeties. What? Like selfies. I don't know. What the hell?
Right. Well,
okay.
I also took it as meaning they're not going to use modern jargon because they're turtles that have been living in the sewers for a decade. They're not going to have the modern culture. They're going to have a dated culture, a 90s or 80s culture that Splinter raised them on, perhaps. Or perhaps just a mystical ancient ninja culture.
I don't know.
What's your take on that?
It's going to be ridiculous, plain and simple.
Well, he's finding stuff in the sewers, okay? He's giving them books and things to entertain themselves with that people threw away.
No, because Donnie seems to be tapped into the internet like crazy. So I don't know how.
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
True. I don't know.
That's true. It might not work. They might just be blowing smoke at us.
This might be what they like. They like.
There's no
surfers. There's no reason for it.
I don't know.
They're not teenage girls, so
Donatello on Instagram.
I don't see why they would talk in surf lingo since that's been dated for like 20. That was dated at the time of the Fred Wolf cartoon.
Mikey's wearing hookah shells. There you go. So.
Okay. Hey, whatever. You know, I have no preconceived notions about this movie. No. I have no expectations.
I think they're just saying surfer talk, not like just to be back to tell the retro people who love Ninja Turtles, yeah, they're going to do hey dudes, cowabunga, and all that stuff. Lots of catchphrases. That's what they call surfer talk.
Oh, that makes sense. And then we get there and it is going to be like, what? WTF?
No.
Like, oh, don't say that, Leonardo. Well, anyway, so that's just some news that they decided to talk about. Okay, that's great. Once again, they highlighted the fact, because this is what will not die, and with reason, the turtles will not be aliens. Problem is, it still makes me think they're going to be aliens. They're being so vehement about them not being aliens. I think it's like, oh, we're going to lie, and it's going to be a surprise.
Seriously, you guys are not aliens. We swear. We promise they're not aliens.
My God.
All right, well, maybe they're a little bit alien.
They're not aliens because they're of our Earth, but from another dimension.
April's an alien.
The ooze is probably going to be of alien origin, and that's all
fine. The
which
ooze
is fine. Yeah.
The ooze has always been of alien origin.
Maybe they'll go with the 2K3 thing, and they'll just make Shredder the Utrom.
See, that's what I want. I'm okay with the Utrom Shredder. I always was. I liked it. I thought it added a new dimension to the character.
Because that would explain why the shadowy corporation with all the foot soldier troopers is answering to the Shredder, because he's the one with all the alien stuff.
Yeah, the giant flambe Shredder. I'm kind of pissed because, you know what? The Shredder in the movie needs to be as tall as his toy. His toy needs to be as tall. And his toy is a midget.
Yeah, well, surprise.
Give me a 10-inch tall Shredder to go along. Actually, never mind. I'm not going to buy it either way, so what am I talking about? Let's move on to good things. Playmates, toys.
Ooh.
Let's talk some Playmates toys. So apparently Ice Cream Kitty's getting a lot of love.
Yep.
And if she gets enough love, maybe they'll make a toy of her. But they apparently just mocked that up in a couple minutes.
It doesn't take much. Just stick it with Mikey. Just make a new Mikey figure and stick it with the Ice Cream Kitty.
Yep.
Oh, they could like pack it in with an ice cream truck or something.
That'll work too.
Hmm?
Comes with a cooler.
They just keep making up vehicles anyway, so
buy the new kitchen playset. You can add it onto the turtle Lair. It comes with a fridge.
Where are their marketing guys? Because I'm expecting to see like a plush Ice Cream Kitty.
Z-Line Ninjas Ice Cream Kitty.
There you go. Ice Cream Kitty away.
Send the cooler down.
Brought a special cooler by Igloo. We're also getting Serpent Karai.
Which is weird looking.
Yeah, very weird.
The snake head is not a second head on that. It's actually a mask that goes over the Karai head.
Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. The rubber head never works well.
All in all, we've had two Karais. We've had 2K3 Karai, and we've had TMNT Karai.
Right.
A much-loved character with the least amount of releases.
And we have Lego Karai.
Yeah, we do.
I don't count Lego. Lego is not a toy, it's a project. That's enough of my. I hate Lego. And now we got. I'm surprised we got Serpent Karai on top of. I want regular Karai.
That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised they didn't come out with her first and then do a Serpent Karai.
Well, I guess I assume the Serpent Karai is going to be more fun for kids.
They should do a 2-pack.
That's where they're going with it. But she is coming out in that little in some of the other Playmates sublines. The what's the one for the little kids? The Play School one. Half Shell Heroes.
Half Shell Heroes, yes.
They look really cute.
They look fun. They did at Toy Fair. I was like, I'll buy some of those. Shoot.
I'll buy them. My daughter will play with them. It's all good.
Yeah.
No, they're for her. They're for her. They're not for me.
Yeah, they're for her, honey. Why are you buying 2 of each? No reason. Mind your business. That's why.
I have all the rescue bots for that reason.
There you go.
There you go. That's all you can say. There you go.
Mind your business.
Don't you fucking judge me. Don't you judge me. You don't know me. You don't know my life. So we're also Jesus, that took a dark turn. We're also getting, of course, like we said, Baxter Fly, Interflytal.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming. Rocksteady and Bebop will be a Walmart exclusive at first.
Right.
At first, that's a nice little asterisk there. At first.
So if you want your new Rocksteady and Bebop quickly and on demand, hit your Wally Worlds because yeah. The interesting thing, we're also getting Mutant Mashers, so Playmates going into that sort of mix and match Hasbro thing.
Yeah, that they've been doing with Transformers and Marvel.
I'm curious about the scale on these. If they are going to be 6-inch like the Mashers, which I have one right here.
Show it to the camera. They look pretty. Church it up. Church it up.
There we go. Optimus Prime.
Optimus Masher.
With Starscream wings.
Oh, God. Well, we'll get to that.
Alright, I'm getting off that. That's just horrible. That's a horrible, horrible thing you just did.
Alright, so...
We're also getting the pizza thrower.
Yep.
New pizza thrower. Yay. Nothing more to say about that. Cool thing, I'm surprised about this and the questions it raises up. Playmates is releasing Mirage Comics style Turtles in the Nick Turtle style line. It's not a classics. It's not a classics thing.
No.
It is Mirage Comic Turtles in the Nick Turtle line. So they're going to each come with, I assume, their original Mirage one-shots comics, like a copy of each.
Right.
But Matt posted a good question. Does this mean we're going to get the Mirage Comic Turtles in an episode of the Nick Turtles?
That's always a maybe with them. They're not going to say yes or no.
Because, they did the Fred Wolf thing.
Right.
Man, I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, the fact that the Krang are not only from Dimension X, but are using these portals to jump between dimensions means, like, it goes back to the Turtles Forever thing, but in a kind of different way where these guys are truly interdimensional conquerors that have conquered or traveled through different dimensions. And it's interesting because it means that every continuity of Turtles exists simultaneously.
Yeah.
Which is neat, which is nice.
Did they mention that if the live-action movie Turtles was a thing that they would visit?
I think it's basically everything is open season.
Right. Yeah. As far as I know, it's like everything exists.
Right.
But whether or not they'll ever visit it, that's but I don't know if they're referred to the Mirage Comic Turtles as Turtle Prime.
Oh, you know what would be cool is if they went to the Japanese cartoon Turtles just once.
What's gonna happen? Oh man, those things were terrible. They'll probably do like a Lego episode. I could see them cross promoting that. I know Ronnie, you hate it, but I could see them. It's like, oh look, buy more sets.
Wow, you are building your own Lego. Wow.
It's Well, it'd both be CGI. It would work.
Horrible.
Mhm.
Why
I
would
don't
you
want
do
to see
that?
a whole episode of that unless they did it as like a special on DVD and not as a part of the main series. That would be fine.
Lego Turtles. Da, 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 da. We matched it up.
Oh no. Are so good.
I don't need any Lego episodes of anything. I don't need episodes where nothing is but just watching people build shit. I don't need that. I don't need an entire episode of like, holy crap, like the Simpsons special. I don't need
that was
Lego
terrible.
crap of people, of characters I know spending their day pretending it's this old house with Legos.
That was a bad episode.
Well, Michelangelo, what you're going to want to do is you got to put a buttress joint right there. You know, we got him work. Donnie, what we got going on? Well, we got April and them putting some sweat equity in the Technodrome. You know, we're looking to have this old 1987 house up here in New Hampstead, renovated by a fortnight. It's going to need some work and a little tender love and care. What we got now is we got to get the asbestos out of the house. All right, Mikey, don't eat the asbestos. The fifth time I've told you.
The
Can't take control of that, right? We got Shredder on the cement mixer, and we got Rocksteady Bebop and what looks to be Fishface tilling the garden. So we'll be right back with this old turtle.
you know that thank you for that, Ronnie. You know that the comic Turtles are actually going to do 3-packs as well.
Yeah, they
How are
had
they?
Yeah. It's going to be a Target 3-pack. It's going to come with the comic version. It's going to come with the 2012 version, and it's going to come with the 1988 version.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Nice.
So
I'm on board.
before you go jumping and saying, "Oh, I want that comic one," you might want to think about getting the 3-pack instead.
Oh, I'm getting the Target 3-pack. That is done deals.
I put a
kind of
link in the
nitpicking,
chat
but
if you want to see it.
I noticed that they're using like the first version of Leonardo. Maybe they just have a big stockpile of those Leonardos from the Nick line, rather than the Battle Shell, which is the probably the more show accurate one.
Oh yeah, the Battle Shell is the vastly superior of the two turtle choices you get for all of them.
Right. It's sharp.
It is super sharp. It is sharp like the Shredder. So look for that coming to stores whenever. Now finally, let's wrap this up with some classics talk. We were talking about this. We were wondering who the next in line of the classics is going to be, and I think I nailed it when I said Shredder and Krang, because it is.
And I'm disappointed.
You're getting a classic Shredder. And, are you kidding me?
Yep.
He has a shirt.
Have you seen them?
Yes. They
They
look
look-
amazing.
Yes. Have you seen them next to the Turtles?
Yes, they look fine.
You think they're in scale with each other?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Shredder was never a giant to these damn turtles.
I'll give you that. I
That's
do
what they
think
look a little
Krang's
off.
a little
Krang looks
off.
tiny.
Because I mean, if his brain must come out of his chest, it's gonna be like as small. It's gonna be like handheld for the turtles. The turtles are gonna be able to hold Krang in their hands.
I'm okay with that.
I thought that the scale was just a
Look,
scotch small.
honestly, I don't care about scale. I like the sculpts of these things.
Oh, I think the
They
sculpture
Sculpts
is
look
fantastic.
amazing.
Sculpts are nice.
Scale means absolutely shit to me.
It might be it's probably the best Shredder toy.
Yeah.
Here's
it's gonna be
why.
the best Shredder
Here,
around. It's just
here's
that-
here's why scale doesn't mean anything to me. Because in the original Turtle line, because Shredder was hunched over, he was shorter than the turtles.
And Krang's
Right.
android body changes size anyway, so
Yeah.
literally that's one of its powers.
And so does his brain, apparently, when he's in the android body, because that brain grows just as big.
Its brains in its stomach.
Oh, April! So, yeah, I'm excited. I can't.
I'm excited for them. I think they look fantastic. I just thought that they looked kind of small.
Shredder has a shirt. That's all I've ever asked for.
Shredder finally has a
Matt-
shirt.
As Matt said, I was never a fan of chesticle Shredder.
with a blue helmet.
With his eyebrows painted on the helmet.
Oh yeah. And his head was just this big squishy thing, like a Masters of the Universe toy.
It was so awesome. Yeah, Lord, it's like I honestly just had like Raph squish his head. No, I'm so excited that I just can't hide it, and I'm still debating on whether or not to get the movie Turtles. I mean, I will eventually. But,
If you can find them, you eventually might be too late.
No, I think I'll be fine.
If I can find Rocksteady and Bebop, I might be okay with them. Just have Rocksteady and Bebop with my Marvel Legends. That'd be pretty cool.
Just go to Rebel Base. They got Rocksteady and Bebop up the wazoo. For like the price you would pay anyway, $20.
That's good. If you can find them for $20, do it because you're not gonna find them any cheaper. And you're not gonna find them in store.
And I mean, they are well represented.
Yeah, they're pretty spot on.
They're my favorite.
And maybe when they show Krang, maybe we can put Krang and Shredder next to Rocksteady and Bebop, or Rocksteady and Bebop are as big as the Turtles, it'll kind of help you with your scale thing when you have those henchmen.
Okay. I have the henchmen. I just...
Are they okay with the scale?
Oh, they are awesome. I like them.
They're fine with the scale. They're big dudes, you know. Just
exactly.
No, Roxanne and Bebop, I think, are the masterpieces of this line so far.
Yeah. The Turtles are all very easy to do. That's why. There's not much.
Well, and they still got the eyes wrong.
Oh my God, those eyes are terrible. Anybody listening to this, you've got to look at your eyes before you pick them up. Don't order them online because you're going to be pissed.
Playmates, stop going to Cockeyed Joe to paint the eyes on.
Don't hand paint the eyes. Just get a stamp.
I think
little stamper.
I've said it before about Playmates is that they're sort of. It's amazing that they're sort of a company that's stuck in the '90s and always has been, and always will probably be. But even their toy factory is. Even their toy factory is sort of the factory that they go to make the production run. They don't know how the paint apps will come out, what paint apps will be cut until it's in production, and they get their production samples, and they're like, "Oh, these are the ones. This is our production sample," and they're like, "Yeah, we just made 1 million of them, shipped them out. No time for a second pass."
Yeah.
Hey, well, yeah, you gotta take the good with the bad, though. I'm sorry.
That's why Slash's paint apps were cut so badly, and Casey Jones, why he didn't get more detailing.
Paint. Yeah, he needs a lot more detailing.
That's why God made you people, you customizers.
Well, I mean,
sand and repaint to your content.
Make them look like Ori toy or some kind of crazy 3A vinyls or something.
Oh yeah, speaking of those, man, I can't wait for the Rebel Tech Turtles.
I want them, but they're so damn expensive.
Oh, Rebel Tech always is. You know, I may just break down and just get the Donnie.
I have now. If you have not messed with Revoltech before,
yes,
they are not action figures.
They are.
No, they are not.
You can pose them.
You can pose them. That's all you do with your action figures. You should be okay if you're very careful.
You're not going to throw this figure across the room and expect him to be still in one piece when you pick him up. He's not that type.
No, but you're not going to expect. Like, you have to be very finicky with how you use the joints, because the Revoltech joint, a lot of people snap them because they put them into a position and they lock them. That's what the Revoltech joint kind of does. It's like a tiny ratchet joint,
right?
And they sort of lock them in that one position, and then they forget what position they locked it in. So then they go to take the toy off the shelf and pose them another way, and they forget to twist it the way that'll let them unlock it.
I don't think I've ever done that with any of my Revoltech.
You know what I mean?
Most of my positions. Most of my positions tend to be just them standing straight, looking ahead, so I'm good.
It was more
There you go.
of a common issue with the older shoebox Revoltex from their earlier
Okay.
run, but when there weren't so many revolver joints and there were more just universal joints.
Gotcha.
hmm
They
Yeah, I
better
have.
improve it.
Those
They better
rigs,
have improved it.
those rigs are going to be $40 a pop. They're 6 inches tall. So
Buy yours today, children, and be careful.
I think I'd only buy them just to display them with the freaked out heads, because the freaked out
Freaked out
heads are the
heads.
reason to buy them.
they are 100% toy or cartoon accurate compared to the Playmates.
Exactly, and that's
They
the
are
appeal.
they are very, very, very cartoon accurate, which is impressive.
It's super impressive.
So
They
So
all come
that.
with. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Matt. I'm
Well,
not
they all
cutting
come
you
with
off.
this little scenery piece in the purple thing with the trash can.
which you can throw away.
You think? Yeah, throw away.
Throw that away. You're not
Yeah.
gonna use it. You're not gonna use it. If they all fit together, that'd be cool to make a big scene. But they don't. They didn't think that far ahead.
Mm-mm.
This isn't SH Big Cards, which they're like, oh, we'll send out accessory packs where you can buy like 10 trash cans. No, this is Revoltech. They're like, oh, we'll just throw this in there for you. Here you go.
True.
Doesn't do much.
True, that's true.
It's like, oh, look, it's gonna look pretty sitting in the box.
Speaking
Well-
of SH figure arts, I can't wait for the Luigi figure.
Mm.
That will make me buy the Super Mario Brother environments.
You haven't bought them yet?
No.
Barnes & Noble, ladies and gentlemen. They actually sell them there.
Yep, they buy them. I'll make them myself, and then I'll put it out, and I'll wait for Luigi to show up and just be like, yeah, it's around the 2.
And you gotta go buy yourself an aquarium, so you can put it all set up in there.
I helped get my sister an SH Mario.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Was she happy? Was she happy with her figure?
she was happy. It only comes with 3 accessories: the little coin, the mushroom, and the question block. But I mean, that's more than enough if you just want to play with Mario.
Right. Are we done with
Right.
the turtle news? Are we done?
Yeah, we're done. That's it.
Okay, just checking.
Cosmic Pharaoh, last one.
Did we talk about the pizza thrower?
Yeah, we talked about the pizza thrower. Just, all that can be said about the pizza thrower is that it's coming.
Yep.
It's coming.
We're
You
getting
know,
a
when
pizza
they
thrower.
showed it in the slideshow, I thought they were reissuing the old pizza thrower.
No,
For a
I think
second
they,
there,
no,
and-
they don't
and
have
they-
the actual one.
That would have been so cool for the Classics Turtle line.
I don't think they can release that one because I think they altered it to do the sewer lid thrower for the 2K3 series.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because that was the same figure and they altered the mold, I think, a little bit or something.
Right. Well, the new one looks cool, and
Yes.
it's got pizza. Did you notice it has the pizza guy, Antonio's pizza
Antonio-
face? It's got
yeah.
pizza face on it.
It should come with pizza face. It should come with a little pie that opens up with pizza face inside.
All the pizzas should be pizza faces, like sentient pizzas.
Screaming pizzas. Screaming.
Screaming pizzas. Jesus.
Well, it's throwing the pizzas and they're screaming when they're thrown.
I'm gonna take a second. Y'all talk about the pizza thrower. I'm gonna go. I gotta do something.
Ultimate turtle ally. They come get some real meat toppings, foot. Ah!
Then they showed off. I thought they showed off a different character. One of the old Playmates characters in the panel. Oh, the creepy guy.
Creepy guy.
Blue and purple. I think he had a tentacle for a leg. If I can find the picture.
I have my picks. I could check.
It was in the panel, and they showed just the old toy instead of showing an actual new toy. I gotta find it now.
Okay, my picks. I'll just scroll through these.
I thought it was right around the pizza thrower too.
Did you see the mutations vehicles? I dig them that they changed from a ground vehicle to an air vehicle.
Yeah, it's clever. They had they're redoing the mutation figures themselves.
I remember having one of the mutations vehicles from the original line, the beach buggy that turned into an air vehicle.
Yeah.
And the
Turtle book will be out this fall.
Mhm, mhm. And this says those are 2015 vehicles, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, well on the mutator vehicles it doesn't say, but on the basic vehicles for the T-Rocket it says 2015, which I'm not surprised. T-Rocket's all right, I guess. It transforms. It has a second seat that pops out of it. It's pretty cool. Looks like it's made out of like an old bumper car or something, and
Yeah.
then put oil drums on the side.
There's a pizza. Very cool.
All right, thank you for that.
Casey's Zamboni, it had concept art for that. Fires hockey pucks.
That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what else did I miss?
Well, they haven't abandoned the ninja flip action that the cycle had. They're going to do that with the hovercraft.
I want a retro Leatherhead. I want the Cajun Leatherhead. I guarantee I'll make me some turtle soup.
That would be someone they should probably do in the mutators line if the mutators are going to be 6-inch scale.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, mutators.
Well, I mean, even if the mutators are, I mean, collectors probably aren't going to mix and match the body parts. I only buy the Hasbro Hero Mashers because I think the sculpts are interesting, and they're semi-posable.
You don't have to justify why you do it.
Nope, I guess I don't. Oh, did you see Monkey Brains?
Oh, they're making the monkey brains?
They're making Monkey Brains.
I did not. I didn't know they were making the monkey brains.
It's the slide they show right before Ice Cream Kitty. I guess the Ice Cream Kitty excitement
overshadowed Monkey Brain.
Ice Cream Kitty.
It happens. Yeah. No. Oh, is that monkey? Oh,
you got to end on Ice Cream Kitty. That's the dessert.
All right. Yeah. There's always room for Ice Cream Kitty. Let's move on from Turtle San Diego-ness. Let's talk other San Diego news.
Sure.
Let's get serious for a second. The only reason I'm bringing this up is because this was a hot topic after San Diego when the preliminary news came out. And it's an important topic to me because I got friends in the cosplay community. I have a daughter, and so I've kept up with the news of these things. Every year, it's always something about female cosplayers getting harassed and getting molested, physically. People just really don't apparently understand the concept of look but don't touch.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there was news out of a possible assault on a 17-year-old cosplay female. Of course, everyone's thought went to the obvious because there's enough history now and enough reports in the past of just escalating harassment and shit like that.
Now, what was this one dressed as? Was she the one dressed like a bunny?
She was dressed as female Roger Rabbit.
Okay.
What?
Well, the thing is this. Because this was the preliminary news, and everything I saw was people going, "I hope she's all right," and then talking about the topic of there needs to be better con security, and that's what we're going to talk about. But let's.
How do you secure that many people?
I didn't even think it happened at the con. I thought it happened afterwards.
It happened at the hotel.
Right, and
that is a part of the con.
Okay.
That's under the umbrella, but I mean, she wasn't physically assaulted like everyone thought she was, or that was sort of preliminarily reported, because her injuries were believed to be from assault. It was actually
what happened?
She was from what I understand, she was inebriated and she tried to jump a fence and fell.
Oh.
And they did arrest a gentleman who had sexual contact with her. He was 29 years old, so that's statutory rape in the state of California. Regardless, she's doing well, and I'm happy.
That's good.
There's a lot of questions that need to be addressed because there's a lot of things that were done wrong, and I'm very grateful that she wasn't violently sexually assaulted. I do think that the 29-year-old male should have shown some way better judgment than he did.
Unless he didn't realize that she was 17, and not that it's just not that I'm not putting him off on it. It's just that you gotta question whenever you meet somebody new. You gotta make sure you know how old they actually are.
You need that. You need to know.
You need to know.
You need to know. You need to be careful of that situation. Yes, but
there's a lot of people out there that don't look their age, and it's
and it's going to bite him in the ass and haunt him for the rest of his life.
It's your fault if you don't take the 1 minute to say, "Hey, how old are you?" You don't have to ask for ID or anything like that, but you got to make sure that that they're capable of saying.
Her parents. I mean, her parents need to have a realization because they let her go with a group. The group failed her.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing.
Absolutely.
You need a buddy system.
Because they had an argument and she took off. That was a bad decision.
Don't burn your bridges, kids.
Not her fault.
No.
Being assaulted and being in this scenario where she is hurt, not her fault.
No.
And there's a lot of questions still remaining in this case, but what the big article that this raises is this idea of con security and this need to kind of curtail a growing harassment.
Right.
And physical. I'm going to call them assaults. They're not like punches or anything like that. But there was not even altercations, but physically manhandling female cosplayers against their wishes. Because there was a situation earlier before this report came out.
Right.
Adrienne Curry was in a photo shoot with a couple of her friends, and someone grabbed the tigress dress cosplayer and pulled down her costume bottoms.
Right.
And then, of course, now this is where the buddy system comes in because apparently Adrienne Curry chased after the guy and beat his ass.
With a bullwhip, I think.
With a bullwhip.
Yeah.
Because she was dressed as a Catwoman.
Yeah,
and
so she used her bullwhip and whapped and hit him with it.
So, Adrienne Curry kicks ass. Literally and figuratively.
Well, it seems like it comes down to the whole, when you go to, a theme park. I have Sesame Place right by me. The people in costume always have a normal dressed person with them to help them navigate the park or to help, to protect them from, knocking somebody over or for somebody getting too frisky or something like that, that there's somebody else there basically protecting them. It's funny because you're getting into the realm where, people are thinking that this is a whole genre type thing where they can just, these people are here for our entertainment. No, they're here to enjoy the show just like everybody else.
Right.
But they're
there to take pictures and for people to admire their work and stuff,
right.
And they want to kind of inhabit the character for a period of time.
Right.
Exactly.
But
that's a really appealing thing about it is being able to assume a character for a short period.
Right.
And enjoy the convention from that thing being a creative type and being a performance artist.
Right.
Right.
But the convention, I think, is perhaps getting too big when it's getting into this kind of stuff, where people are treating it as a one-night stand singles opportunity.
Yeah, that's no.
Yeah,
don't go to conventions to get your booty call on.
No, this is not the place. But I hate to say it, but there's a lot in the nerdum community that there's a lot of guys out there that don't have that much interaction with other girls.
That's true.
They go to these conventions to be amongst their compatriots or the people that
That's true, but I find that those people aren't the ones grabbing. Female cosplayers too.
I don't think it's those people.
I just because the guys that don't have a lot of interaction, the stereotypical geek, the one that's doesn't have a lot of interaction with women, they are generally shy by nature, and they're not going to aggressively approach and physically interact with one of these cosplayers in any
Exactly.
capacity.
This is someone who's like saw a article on easy ways to date cosplayers at easy pickup lines for cosplayers, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to San Diego Comic-Con and I'm going to get crunk.
Well, it's in any place where you bring together a bunch of people, you're gonna get a wide range, and there are gonna be pervs and there are gonna be shithead douchebags.
Yep.
Exactly, and
You got to be ready for that kind of stuff.
And ultimately, I would love to be able just to say, douchebags, your fun should not and ever be at the expense of another's.
Well, that's just general human decency, and that's the problem, is that these people aren't being polite. I don't know if they think that these people are here for their entertainment, but even if they are, you can't just go around grabbing people in any situation, period.
They don't let you do that at strip clubs.
Thank you. And I don't want to equate cosplayers with strippers. That's the sad thing. I should not have to equate cosplayers with strippers. But the rules apply. You don't touch the ladies.
You don't touch anybody. You don't walk around. You're not in the middle of the mall and say, "Oh, that girl's hot. I'm gonna go slap her ass." You don't do that. You do that and you're going to get arrested. It's the same concept. You respect people's boundaries. Just because you're allowed to take a picture with them doesn't mean that you're allowed to do anything else with them.
Exactly.
That it's just
it's all supposed to be fun. This is the sad thing, is because this situation has been escalating in the last several years. There have been more and more reports of booth babes at E3 being continuously harassed. There's reports of cosplayers just getting inappropriately touched and other such things.
Well, I don't see a way to prevent it unless because the convention's just growing and it's letting more people in. So
that's true. I mean, now the convention. I mean, there's no 100% safety. There's no 100% protection, but there does need to be a understanding.
An understanding.
There needs to, not an understanding, but an understanding, but also not knowledge and realization. I mean, there just has to be. You got to understand that this, as it has been. I mean, if you can't keep going, there has to be more security geared toward
protecting the cosplayers.
Protecting the cosplayers, protecting everybody. But there needs to be sort of an overwhelming kind of increase in security so that people feel safe. But even for the female cosplayers, there needs to be, I think, more of a group situation.
Well,
Be careful. Don't get inebriated. And it's not blaming the victims on this situation.
Exactly. No. Because they're fans and they should be able to enjoy the show.
And they should be able to get drunk whenever they want. But when you get drunk, certain situations arise and you gotta be smart about it. It's a lot of common sense type thing.
Yeah.
All this stuff is very common.
I hate that this discussion is one that has got broke. I mean, I am grateful that this situation is not as. I mean, it's bad for her.
It didn't go as far as it could have, right?
Well, it wasn't just completely like, oh, she was definitely sexually violated and then physically assaulted by some crazy fucker.
Right.
Because that right there, that's not going to psychologically wear off.
Well,
I don't know. We don't know what happened. We still don't know, and she doesn't know. But some trauma has happened, and if anything, conventions from Dragon Con, not just San Diego, but Dragon Con, New York Comic Con, they can take from this. There needs to be a little bit more oversight.
Right.
Because regardless of the fact that it didn't take place during the convention, it took place in a hotel where the convention is hosting.
Right.
So they are now liable, as far as I would think.
Well,
I may be wrong.
I don't know how liable they are for whatever. I don't know what kind of security they have or what kind of liability they are required to have.
It's just Jesus Christ. It
It's
sucks that this happened, and this is our thought process because there's a viable, logical reason to think this happened like it happened.
this
Yeah.
is this
Like
is
it
the world
didn't
we
happen.
live in. This is the world we live in where you have to be cautious. You have to be safe. There are freaks out there. There are assholes
Well,
out there. There are people that are rude. And you have to make sure that you have a group of friends with you that are going to be like, okay, if somebody's getting drunk, somebody has to be a designated driver, or just at least a designated sober person.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically the babysitter. I hate to say it, but there has to be the babysitter for the rest of them. You don't let one of your friends storm off in a drunken rage, whether there's a fight or
Right.
not. You got to be
Especially if
able
they're
to,
underage.
yeah,
Especially if they're
especially if they're
underage.
underage.
Well, perhaps if we can continue, if the Comic-Con community or whatever semblance of a community they have can keep making noise about it, if the internet can just keep making noise about this so that Comic-Con
Right.
notices it, realizes it's a problem, or that and I have seen these pages that have said go to Comic-Con and get a date. Here's all the advice.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those, but that's a new level for me. That's
Yeah.
Jesus.
They need to like flame that. That's not okay.
No.
People
And
are
I mean,
trying-
and that's in this situation, and this is how it happens. I mean, these cosplayers, they're attractive ladies,
of course.
Dressed in superhero costumes, which are designed to be
Provocative.
provocative and appealing. Yes. And so these pictures are out there because that's the whole thing. They get complimented on their costumes, like, oh my God, it's Psylocke. Little kids, they're like, oh my God, it's Storm, or it's
Right.
that kind of recognition that they like, and that makes it fun for them. And then of course they get pictures taken, and so then some d-bag sees like these pictures, goes, whoa man, there's a place where there's a bunch of half-naked ladies dressed like superheroes, and they're obviously geeks, so they must have low self-esteem. And no doesn't mean no.
It's gonna be a continuous problem that's gonna keep arising, and the only thing you can do is be smart. Be smart about it yourself, and
it sucks. And
it sucks that you have to be responsible for other people, but
all you cosplayer ladies out there, it's not your fault.
No.
Try not to go to Comic-Con alone.
It sucks balls. That was the best advice we can give you is protect yourselves. Go wary. Go with a group.
Mm-hmm.
If you have underage kids or you have underage cosplay females that are with you, like in the teens, watch them like hawks.
Yeah.
Watch them like hawks.
It's not.
It sucks.
The world is not a safe environment. It's not like you walk into the convention, you're like, you're safe now. Everybody's gonna be taken care of. Nothing bad is gonna happen. No, it's life. There are assholes that can buy tickets just like a normal person. Your best bet is find somebody who's not a cosplayer that you're friends with that wants to go. You're like, hey, can you just watch my back?
Unfortunately, sexual predators are only required to tell their neighborhoods they're living there. They're not required to tell the convention they're attending. I really wish there should be a law or a policy that you should just. Can we mark sexual predators and offenders like with
Can we
some
tattoo
mark?
them like on the face?
Like on the face or their arm, like just
somewhere they can't hide it.
Just I don't know.
You can't identify them by their email address.
Nope.
That's like all they require to buy that ticket.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, but if their email address is banging dudes or not even banging dudes, banging teens 998, Predator 1038,
Yeah.
Sexual deviant 498, which means there's 497 other guys with that email, but still. I don't know. It sucks. I wonder.
It's a shame.
It is a topic that needs to be discussed, and it definitely needs to be discussed with women. So I'm sorry, there's only dudes here talking. And there definitely needs to be steps taken. There needs to be steps taken in the cosplay community, like you said. There definitely needs to be steps taken with the conventions that need a little bit more because
awareness of it.
It's a shame because a lot of the cosplayers are very friendly.
They're very friendly, and they enjoy what they do, and
And
they
they
need
enjoy
to be
people
walking.
being happy to see them that way. They're like, oh wow, you're dressed like this, and it's very cool, and they enjoy that whole
Personally, I think
feeling.
there needs to be some, like, as a buddy of mine, Clarence, said, there needs to be a big swole, like, casino guy, I think at every aisle, at the end of each aisle, on each end, at the
Right.
doors, and just patrolling the convention ground. I mean, there needs to be a massive security thing. That way, if any cosplayer or anybody, period, is not feeling safe, secure, or whatever, they can be walked to their car, they can be walked
That's
wherever.
easier to do at a smaller convention, but this is San Diego Comic-Con. This is like
And take some of that fucking $1 million shit, or
Exactly.
better yet,
buy some more security, but
buy
it's
some
like
top-notch
60,
individuals.
what is it, like 60,000 people coming through there like
Yeah.
every hour?
Yeah.
Or put out there and say, hey, are you big? Are you tough? Would you like to go to Comic-Con for free? Then, you work, this many hours,
Right.
and then the rest of the day is Comic-Con day, where you go to Comic-Con and then you report. And, take their credit card information, because if they don't do it, then you charge their card.
Yeah.
But, and that's what they have to, and then they require it, and then they are walking in their security.
Bunch of Hulks with security shirts.
Yeah. I'm okay with that, Hulk smash, pervert.
It's just like a concert.
Yeah.
People
I'm okay with
together. You have people drinking. I don't know if they sold beer or liquor at the convention.
Oh, Thing would be good too. It's clobbering time, creep.
It's hotels. I think hotels need the same situation. They need to beef up their hotel security.
Well, that's
When
I think
you got
that's the same
convention.
situation as a thing like spring break. Are the hotels, responsible or liable for,
I would think they would.
drinking?
I think so.
How many
I
bad
think
things
so.
happen at spring break? I don't know if they're held liable or not.
Well, in Mexico, you don't hold them liable, but hold on a second, gents.
That'd be terrible if Comic-Con happened during spring break.
It might be better.
Maybe.
Well, it'd be a nerd spring break.
It'd be a nerd spring break, yeah. You're off from school, and you're like, everyone else is going to the beach, and I don't want to go to the beach. I want to go someplace cool.
I want to go where I'm appreciated and all my peers are. That's it. That's what we should do. We should start a convention that happens at the same time as spring
Sorry,
break.
the battery was running down.
We're going to start a spring break Comic-Con convention.
Anti-spring break convention.
I like that. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to gain traction with all the hipsters and other people that want to be outside the mainstream, and then it's going to become mainstream. And then we'll have money. Money we can roll our naked asses in.
Yeah. And then we won't
burn
go.
that money because I don't want to.
Then we won't go to our own convention.
Exactly.
No, we don't want to go anymore. There's too many hipsters.
Nope. It's now become the convention for conventions. No, we're actually going to spring break because that's the anti-spring break thing.
Fun Pub would probably buy it from us.
No, they wouldn't. They would just have. No, they couldn't because they're not going to pay that kind of money that I would demand.
And I wouldn't let them buy it.
And Hasbro's not going to be involved, so they can't force us to do it.
Nice.
But Mattel will be involved and will be owned by Matty Collector in no time.
TFCon East or something?
Ugh.
TFCon Southeast?
I don't know. Well, you got maybe. Who knows? Let's call it spring break off.
Spring break-a-con.
Break off.
Break off a con.
The breakdown con.
All right. Okay, so we got rid of the series. Let's talk about some of the geeky stuff that went on.
Let's talk some San Diego major stuff.
Oh, happy news. Yay.
Yes. So we're sorry that you had to, yes. So, yes.
All right.
Go nuts.
Talk about the videos first. Did you see the Superman Batman?
I did.
Not bad for 30 seconds. the
Hey,
rest
you
of
know what?
the rest of the movie's garbage. That 30 seconds is
It's pure gold.
there you go.
Well, it's
Nobody
actually
talked.
the simple fact of the matter is that they're filming the movie now.
Yeah.
Like they just started filming it, so that 30 seconds is all they have shot probably so far.
Not even gonna be in the movie. It was
You know-
just for the con.
I tell you what, though, the woman they're playing, Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Damn, fine costume.
It's a nice costume. Do you think that she's bulky enough?
She's bulky enough. I mean, what do you want? China from WWE 1999?
No, but she looks a little skinny.
She's going to. She's going to. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just
Her
she's
Themis-
going to. I mean, look at Linda Carter.
Her
She's
Themis
skinny.
or Amazon powers aren't really actual muscle strength. They're like genetic magic or something, from sculpted out of clay.
Okay.
See, she's clay.
She's clay.
Clay isn't bulky.
Yes, it is.
Not when you smooth it out.
What are you talking about? Clay is totally bulky. You ever seen Clayface? He ain't no smooth criminal.
He ain't no criminal either.
Huh?
He ain't successfully pulled off shit.
Alright. So,
Yeah.
Superman,
Hey,
Batman, that looked good,
that looked pretty good. Did y'all see the test footage for Deadpool
of course.
that has been running around here?
See, now
I know.
here's the funny thing about Comic Cons that I don't understand. You show this to a bunch of people in a theater. You say, "Don't record it, don't record it, don't record it." You know somebody's going to record. You know somebody's going to record this and put it up all over the internet. Why don't you just get in
That's
front
what
of
they
it?
want.
But why don't they just
No,
get in
that's
front
what
of
they
it and
want.
just put it out?
No, that's what they want, because if they act like they want to take it off, if they keep trying to take it off knowing they can't, then it drums up more and more interest.
No.
People have to see it before it gets gone. And the more people that see it, they're like, oh, this is awesome, and they start talking about it, and you create buzz. And they think Deadpool, with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, needs buzz.
A convention room that big, it's impossible to control it. At BotCon, I can understand being a courtesy to Hasbro that not to take the pictures of the things that they say that you're not supposed to take pictures of.
But they did anyway.
But they did anyway.
And then they shut it down when they realized people were tweeting about it.
Yeah.
And there was a shitstorm. But like I said, the funny thing is, if you don't want people to broadcast it, don't show it. I hate to be the mean like that, but it's like, or create the buzz for a week and then release it in a nice HD format for everybody to see and everybody to oogle. It's
Exactly. It wouldn't be a problem. I mean, it's just that there are so many legal people who are like, we want to release the footage to the media feeds at this strategic point, and no sooner. And if they would just, if those people would get it in their heads that they need to do it as they are showing it at these conventions,
yeah.
that would solve a lot of this problem. Don't show anything that you're not willing to show.
Right. Because all you're going to do is you're going to get some YouTuber or somebody with their Twitter account, and their views and their subscribers are just going to go through the roof. And you're just helping one person. That's all that's happening.
And I'm not saying to cut out any reveals because they say that they want to show it next month. They need to move that reveal to now, and they need to put it up on their sites and their official blogs right now.
Yeah.
As they're showing it at the convention. They need to stop playing their release politics with it.
And I don't care what anybody says, like, oh, well, that's what you pay for the ticket. No. You pay for the experience of being there in the group setting and having all these other people that you're enjoying it with. Because I went to Toy Fair, that's where I met Ronnie, and being in the theater, seeing those reveals, the panels like at Hasbro, the slideshow, there's something about, there's an energy in that room that you can't replicate by watching something on the computer. Now,
No,
granted,
not
you
at
get
all.
the same exact thing, you get the same exact information, but that's what you're paying for. That is what the Comic-Con experience is. That's what any kind of show experience is. It's not getting the stuff, it's being with the people that get the stuff too. It's like there's a synergy. And that's what the conventions are all about. It's about synergy with your fellow people that enjoy this kind of stuff. It's the same thing that happens at a baseball game when you're all rooting for the same team.
Nick's using buzzwords from business.
What?
Synergy.
Synergy. Everybody needs some synergy up in here.
Synergy and the brand management.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start a sports drink called Synergy.
there you go. Comic synergy, con synergy.
There you go. I got some synergy here.
That's some con synergy going on.
Globalization.
That's that to me is what the convention.
Viral marketing.
I think that's what the conventions are starting to lose, is that feeling of that this is what it's for. I think it's becoming more and more of a
business,
a soapbox, a advertisement for whoever is doing whatever currently.
Here's what I'm worried about.
Business, numbers. Is this working?
Marketing, ads, focus groups. No, what I'm worried about, okay, remember like E3, how E3 used to be?
Mm-hmm.
It used to have like people and like fans, video game fans could come and play the games and watch the stuff, and now they've all been cut out.
Yep. I think part of that is...
It's become just a business, and I have this big problem thinking that toy companies are going to try to pull the same shit.
Well, I mean,
Toy Fair, that is what Toy Fair is, but, I mean, they don't even... Toy Fair is the first part of the year, and they say San Diego Comic-Con or whatever, BotCon, whoever the hell they're doing it.
And BotCon always gets snagged on Comic-Con reveals that are happening like usually the month or two afterwards.
Change when BotCon is on. You got to do it either 4 months ahead or more months behind, so they can leave.
Well, they can't do it 4 months ahead because they're gonna run smack dab into Toy Fair.
Well, I don't know what to tell them.
It always feels hamstrung by Comic-Con.
Here's what you tell them. Stop going to BotCon expecting to get like real reveals.
Right.
That's true.
That's exactly it. You go to BotCon not to see what Hasbro's going to show you, because Hasbro says you guys aren't the big show. The big show's in a couple of weeks when we go to San Diego, because that's where everybody does their shit, and we got to share the spotlight. Granted, you're going to get more people at BotCon that are going to enjoy what you're showing, but you're going to get more coverage at Comic-Con, and coverage is what matters more than what people like.
You know what's perfect for BotCon? Showing the prototypes or the end product of stuff that they announced at Toy Fair they didn't have available.
Yeah. Yeah, like Brainstorm.
Point.
Yeah.
Or let's just cut out the bullshit. Just stop BotCon, period. There's no point to it. Just sell your damn wares on your website and let the people that are going to buy it buy it.
It was actually cheaper to buy the box set on the FunPub web.
Really?
FunPub just attacked him.
Uh-oh.
FunPub just went after Matt.
Damn you!
FunPub just.
So now there really is no reason if you're just in it for the money.
Oh yeah. Well, we're gonna. Should we talk about exclusives? Should we talk about the bane that we call exclusives now?
Well, there is the at-shown exclusive. They do have that one. But.
We're talking about San Diego exclusives? Yeah, I saw it.
We're talking about BotCon, but let's talk about San Diego and their exclusiveness.
Yeah, we got to talk about San Diego. There were.
There was a buttload of exclusives that I will not buy. So, Playmates had the turtle one, the movie Turtles, which had cock eyes, like always.
Well, to me, there's a big difference between a convention release and a convention exclusive. To me, like the convention release is the movie Turtles, the Soundwave last year. Anything that they're selling that is basically saying we're premiering it at Comic-Con, but you will be able to buy this later in our store. To me is a release. That's not an exclusive.
An
exclusive to me is we're selling it at Comic-Con, and you ain't gonna get it anywhere else. This is all you either come here and buy it here, or you pay it for quadruple the price on eBay. Those are your choices. That's it. You got to be in the.
All right, let's talk exclusive them.
Yeah.
It's creating a totally unnecessary demand.
Yes.
A shortage of supply where there is obviously it's an unnecessary shortage of supply. They could totally make enough of this toy for everyone who's demanding it.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
but they're having like raffles when you're getting in line to purchase the toy. That's crossing a line.
They have. It's gone from, and I was talking about this. I forget who I was talking about this with, but once upon a time when you went to a convention, they gave you exclusives like comic exclusive, where it was like, oh, a variant cover to a story that you might have already read like 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
it's like,
You're telling me about
ooh, yeah.
It's not like Deadpool's taco truck where this is the only way to
Right.
get Deadpool and his family
Yeah.
in this cool taco truck
that.
box.
In that damn taco truck. I want that taco truck.
And they're
but
carded on little tacos. Ugh.
that was a couple years ago. Let's talk about the ones that happened this year. Like, okay, we
I
got,
know. I'm just making a point of an
Yes.
exclusive that is like people got to have it, and it's only at that venue.
yeah, very true, very true. That is exactly what that is. That is,
But there are other exclusives that premiere at Comic-Con and are available at another venue, maybe at retail, maybe from an exclusive, maybe like a Toys R Us exclusive later down the line, like the Sentinels, which eventually became the Comic-Con colors.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. It's a crime that they do that. That they behave like it's like, oh well, we gotta make an exclusive that nobody else can ever have unless you come to the show because it's
Unless you can spend $3,000 to come to an overcrowded show for the chance to get one.
chance, right? And
Not even opportunity, just chance.
and what it's done is it's instead of having everybody who wants to be at Comic Con go to Comic Con, you've now included in all the people that think that they're going to make a quick buck
Hmm.
off of everything. There's gonna be scalpers
Douchebags.
and people who think that you're coming to Comic Con, but somehow the convention is supposed to pay for itself. You're coming, you're traveling. Oh well, I flew across the country. I spent $1,000, so I need to buy 5 of these exclusives to pay for my trip.
Oh yeah.
Nobody told you to take the trip.
I watched the a Comic-Con documentary DVD recently. It I think it was called Nerd's Last Hope or something.
Okay.
And there was a toy guy on there who was waiting in line at the Hasbro toy shop. And once he finally got his Galactus, he was like, finally, now I can enjoy the show.
Now, what was the point of joining the show? Is it because he really wanted it, and he was like nervous that he
No,
wasn't
no,
going to
see,
get
he
one?
was.
This is how he's going to. This is his meal ticket.
He was a fan who wanted that item. But
Okay.
my point is, waiting in line for most of the show to get the toy,
Right.
that's not fun.
That's
And
not. What is your memory of going to that comic convention then? I stood in line for 3 days, and I walked away. I got lucky.
And
Yeah.
I got that minifigure Lego that Lego was giving away that you can't get anywhere else.
Let us rebrand San Diego Comic Con. Let's take SDCC and let's rebrand it what it is now. Scalpers, douchebags, consumerist convention.
Yep. And that's what it comes down to. It's a shame and it's a truth because and the thing is that the companies keep making things that people want, that people would pay for.
Oh, they love it.
Why?
I've been eyeballing that taco truck for at least 2 years now. I just can't pull the trigger. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry I brought it up then.
You just pissed them
I
off.
blame you, Matt.
But you know what? The funny thing is that there's things like this past year the Star Wars thing. Like they're doing Jabba the Hutt. Okay.
Yeah. With Slice now the Jabba will come out at retail,
Right.
but he won't have Salacious Crumb.
He won't have nothing.
That's how it works.
Nothing. He is. It's Jabba the Hutt in a black box, which is
There's
like
no base, no background, nothing.
nothing. No Salacious Crumb. No hookah pipe. Come on, who doesn't want their hookah pipe going?
Oh my goodness, he's got to have that, and that's what's going to make people want to buy it for the SDC venue.
Yep.
But
and that's exactly what they did.
But that's a totally unnecessary shortage because they have the tooling for it.
Yeah, they spent the time.
Mm-hmm.
They spent the time to make it. They spent the time to mold it. They made a production of it. Why are you limiting it to the group of people that go to Comic-Con when you probably could sell it for $10 more at general release and people would pay it?
What if Hasbro Toy Shop suddenly became not so much the mad rush to get Hasbro items, whatever was left over from SDCC, but what if SDC was the premier venue and
And
there was
then
another run for Hasbro Toy Shop?
that would
I'd be
work.
on board for that.
People would love that. People would be happy about that. You know, if they even did a pre-order thing where it's like, hey, listen, we're gonna make these.
Pre-order it?
If you want this,
Yep.
you got to pre-order by this date, and you'll get one. After that, we're not making any more. We're selling the rest at San Diego Comic-Con. The rest will go up on Hasbro Toy Shop. But if you didn't pre-order it, you're just basically gambling now. And then they'd be able to figure out how many they need, how many they're going to sell, and how many they're going to have left over, and that's it. You know, if you
There's
don't
no
get
point. There's no point in making these exclusives that exclusive.
right,
Especially for shit. There's no point to make Jabba without his base. All right, yeah, Salacious Crumb, whatever, but I mean, the hookah pipe.
come on, well, you need your hookah pipe.
This is like that crap ass Jabba that came with Han Solo that was supposed to represent the Phantom Menace.
Oh,
Or not
yeah,
even
yeah.
that. No, the redone,
Well,
Right.
see, vintage,
special edition or whatever. Fuck it. I mean,
vintage Kenner Jabba had a hookah pipe.
He had a
So
base. He had Salacious
Had a
Crumb.
base.
He had a lot of stuff.
all I'm doing is paying what, $40 for a giant fucking slug that has nothing.
Yeah, pretty
Nothing.
much. And it doesn't make any sense to me. It never has how they start behaving. And then you see
They
Hasbro
better
Toy
come
Shop.
out with like a $10 accessories Jabba set.
They should come out with that Crumb
our
and
third party will do it.
so yeah. They need somebody. They need one of those third-party guys to get a hold of one of those Comic-Con exclusives and just remold it.
Just cast a bunch of hookah pipes and
Yep.
It's just like, well, if Hasbro's not gonna fucking make it,
what would be a, I don't know a funnier name than hookah pipe though.
works for me. Hookah pipe.
Well,
Hookah chaka, hookah chaka, hookah.
that's
hookah, chaka.
that's what's happened with the with Lego. They did exclusive SDCC exclusives that they just gave away characters. They're like, we're never gonna make these.
More proof that Lego
No.
sucks ass.
Hang on, I got one right here.
You mean the Rocket Raccoon spaceship thing? Because
That's never gonna come out.
well, I mean, Rocket is in a set, okay, so you
Right.
can get the mini bag,
Right.
but this is just like a blind bag giveaway. No, not a blind bag, but a poly bag giveaway.
The Rocket thing I think actually was sold. I think it was a
Oh,
sold
sold.
set.
Okay.
But there were characters. Here, I got an example here. Do you see this?
Hold on. What the hell is that?
That's
Is that
pretty-
Green Arrow.
Okay.
Green Arrow.
Why have they got vampire fangs?
He doesn't have vampire fangs. It's just he's got a grin.
A goatee?
He's got a goatee. He's got a grin. Okay, but
Okay, well, on the off the video, it looks like fangs.
anyway, he was an exclusive to I think San Diego 3 years ago. That is not the exclusive. That is a knockoff that they sell in China.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That is not the exclusive. That is China. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna spend. And you know how much I paid for that? $1.
Yeah, a lot of
Hey.
people find it to be an excellent venue. I've been meaning to get some of their Green Lantern ones because they
My
make all the
classic
colors.
My classics Mikey came from Hong Kong.
And how is he?
He looks amazing.
There you go. It's a shame that people have started to resort to having to go to eBay China to.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. When you
To get this
create
stuff.
such a demand
Mhm.
and limit the supply, like Matt said, for no reason,
Right.
you create the very situation where pirates will thrive. And then you have the balls to bitch about the piracy when all they're doing is providing a service you refuse to do for people that demand it.
Yep.
So I'm
Exactly
sorry.
it.
I love you, Hasbro. I love you, Mattel. I love you, everyone else that makes these shits. But you created your own problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mattel is actually a little bit nicer, if you ask me, than Hasbro with their
So
exclusives.
they have to
What?
be.
They are nicer because they do tell you we're doing a sale of all our leftovers on this day.
Oh, that's true.
You be here at this time, and granted, there's gonna be a million other people here, and they're gonna all try to buy all the same shit all at the same time. but you have an opportunity online. This is when we're doing it. You know, Hasbro. How many people do you know that are just sitting there with their auto refresh on, or they're crazy enough to be hitting F5 all the damn time, waiting for those
I
exclusives
call
to
it the
pop up?
San Diego Comic-Con line at Hasbro simulation.
Nice one, Matt. Very nice. Because that's exactly what it is. You're waiting in line online, which is just ridiculous. You know,
Oh,
and
I feel sorry for the people who have been waiting all week with no feedback. Usually it's up by now.
typically it's up by Tuesday or Wednesday after the convention, and it's not happening. They haven't done it yet. I don't know what they're waiting on or what.
You know what I'm
Must
mad
have had a
about?
lot of
It's
backstock.
nerve wracking. People are
You know
very
what I'm mad?
pissed.
You know what I'm mad about? What were we talking about? Sorry.
We're talking about how Hasbro has yet is the comparison between Hasbro and Mattel
Oh yeah,
with
there's no
how they
comparison.
handle the exclusives. Because Mattel sent out an email basically saying, here are the dates. If you have a subscription with Mattel, you get early access, which probably a lot of the stuff is going to sell out. But that's your perk for being a part of the subscribers. So be it. But they're telling you these are the dates that this shit is happening. You don't have to be sitting around all day long on an idle Tuesday waiting for the stuff to just pop up. If you go to freaking use the bathroom, there's a phone call, whatever. You go to get a drink and you get up and you walk away from
Does
your.
Hasbro even have any leftovers?
Exactly. I went to work and I was thinking, I bet everyone's enjoying their Hasbro Toy Shop toys while I'm at work, having a great grand old time.
Pissing people off, driving them crazy that they don't know when this is going to happen. It's like you are being the biggest dick on the planet right now when it comes to exclusives. Because like first you did it at the
Taking
show.
all their
Now-
off days from work just to sit on the computer and wait for these things.
Yep.
I'm sorry if you're doing that, you're living life wrong.
Well, yeah. Well, there are some people that do that. There are some people that you know.
And you know what they're called? And most of these people are the assholes that flip them on eBay the very next time. So,
Yeah, I'd imagine.
There's a picture that she got thrown out. There's a guy, he has an entire closet full of Toys R Us star screens. Not star screens, sound waves. Excuse me, sound waves. The picture randomly showed up, and it's like just a guy, and his entire closet is full of just sound waves. And I'm like,
well, he hasn't scalped them yet, but maybe, but you don't buy that many. A collector only buys like 2 or 3.
At most.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just like, I'm like, at this point, I wouldn't buy from you.
That's the guy who created the shortage in the first place.
Yeah. It's the reason why I was like hyperventilating, half sick, on my way to Toys R Us to get a Masterpiece Soundwave.
Turtle, is he?
I'm here. I'm here.
Either.
Sorry, I was talking to my wife for a minute.
Very good.
He's like, no, I want the turkey pot pie. You make me beef pot pie, I swear to God. It's gonna be you and me in the yard.
She's running out and the daughter's asleep, so I got a baby monitor.
Oh.
You watch her, I'm going out. I'm like, okay.
That's how marriage actually works.
That's exactly how marriage works.
You watch her. Hey. Okay. Here's that like stern voice and like, listen, woman, you got it.
That's about right. That's exactly how it happens.
Whatever you say.
Here's anybody who's listening that actually sells stuff on eBay. Here's a bit of advice: if you have 10 of them, show one. Just show one.
Yeah.
Because you show 10 of them, nobody's gonna buy from you because they're pissed that you have 10. I don't know how many times I've seen that where it's like, oh, buy from me. I got 5 of them. No, I'm not.
Don't let people know that.
You're a dick. I don't want to buy from you. You're the one that went into the store and bought the entire case.
Yeah, you're the reason I couldn't buy it retail price, and now you want me to pay $150.
Now, as a collector, there is one little thing that a couple years ago, when I was starting with the G.I. Joe 25th anniversary line, army building Cobra guys was such a cool thing to do. But when you have a hard to find Cobra guy like the Eels or something, and then you show, hey, I got 10 Eels. Look at these guys, and then everyone's mad at you because you've got these Eels that everyone wants.
It's not, but you're not trying to sell them.
I'm not trying to sell them, but because I'm showing multiples, it creates the situation where.
Well, see, there's a difference though, because that's an army builder. I fully understand building an army.
Exactly.
It's when you go to sell said army that's the problem. If you're buying, if you go to the store and you say, "Oh, I'm gonna get all these figures because I'm gonna sell them all."
And customizers can also use them. So that's the other reason to buy a whole bunch of them. But when it is an in-demand figure and you got them sealed in the box and there's like hundreds of them stacked up, that's a dealer who's being a little scammy.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to question when all of a sudden you see somebody who says, "Oh, I got this for sale. I got 10 of them."
I did see a guy who had like, I just got some toys in, and he's got like 20 masterpiece smoke screens.
Well, it's
Screw that guy. Screw that guy.
Why do you have 20 masterpiece smoke screens?
I know, it was the craziest thing. It was really cool to look at. This
You know why?
pile.
He thought that was going to be the hot item.
Okay.
Everyone's gonna be screaming for smoke screen.
I think it's funny that anybody who's trying to get the masterpiece Prowl that's in Toys R Us right now, it's like you do realize that the car had him on sale like a year ago, and he was like less than that.
Yeah, is he less?
He was less. He was like 55 online, and he probably would have paid about 65.
I think that would be like Robot Kingdom or someone who would have it at that kind of price, because I've gotten great deals from Robot Kingdom.
I got mine at Hobby Link Japan.
Oh, that's a good place too.
They're really good on shipping. They're really good on their price, and it came out to be cheaper, especially if you include tax. With trying to find it at Toys R Us, the time and money that you spend to try to find something at Toys R Us will drive you mad. You will go batshit crazy if you try to find something at Toys R Us or Target or anything like that.
That's true.
I belong to a couple groups where people were like, "Hey, look what I found at this place." And I'm like, "You motherfucker! I was there this morning. You son of a bitch!" And you get mad about it for a second, and then you go and do something else. It's not like it's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be all pissed at this person." No, it's just this is the kind of community that we live in now. That there's a bunch of people out there that are just either they love it because they love what they're buying, or they're buying it to flip it. And there's two different people out there. You don't see people running out. Well, not for most clothes, other than like sneakers. You don't have people rushing to buy something. They're like, "Oh, well, if I see this shirt, I'll get it." No, it's like the toy community. There's this weird niche where it's like supply and demand and the ferocity of finding something.
I like it when the scalpers burn themselves, though. I remember this lady who was buying up a whole bunch of those giant ultimate bumblebees from a couple years ago to scalp them on eBay.
Good luck with that.
You know what it is? This is the funny thing. It's like toys right now were like comics in the 90s.
Yeah, they're printing too many.
There was such a big market of aftermarket for like old toys. People thought that this was going to be the new thing to make a quick buck. Mm-hmm. So now everyone's like feeding money into it and they're not realizing it. No one wants. There's not going to be a high price for, as much as you would think, a classics Optimus Prime.
I'm worried about toy historians, how they're going to chronicle all this stuff that's being.
They're going to call this the downfall.
Yeah.
The calm before the storm.
Like, who's really going to collect everything from this era of toys?
The con before the storm. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, Matt.
There's just toys coming out everywhere.
Yeah.
How are toy and there's probably not going to be as many toys in the future. It's all going to be specialty made-to-order stuff once this stuff all snowballs.
Matt, here's what's going to happen. You're going to order your toy online, your 3D printer is going to start up, and you're going to have the toy right in there.
There you go. Get your plastic in there because it's going to need a lot of it.
Yeah.
I was talking to a couple friends of mine about Star Wars. Who could collect Star Wars toys now? Think about how much crap they have out there.
Well, how many freaking Han Solos and Bespin gear do you fucking need?
Right, but the problem is that they keep remaking them and people keep buying them, and so what the hell is going on?
You know what was cute?
Show accurate accessory.
You know what was cute about that? Is when they made the one figure of Han from Echo Base, and I'm like there's a difference?
Yeah, Echo Base Han.
It's the exact same figure. They were just trying to be cute and make you think it was different. It's still hot Han.
Last one I saw was the one from A New Hope where he has the medal on him, and I'm like,
They added the metal.
yeah.
They did his hair and added the metal.
Hey, I will buy it for the medal because
There-
I got the Black Series Luke Skywalker in the yellow
With the medal?
jacket with the medal, the new medal, which looks a
And-
lot better. It's a different medal.
And then they had the Chewbacca, which is basically giving everybody the middle finger that he didn't get a medal.
His hands actually come up like this, like, what the fuck?
What the hell, man? Come
Oh,
Even
on.
don't mind
R2
me.
comes around the corner
I
with the
didn't-
medal on.
R2D2's all shiny and shit. He's like, I am metal, motherfucker. 3PO's like, bling bling, and Chewbacca's like, what, I'm the fucking dog?
He's like,
The
they
hell?
had to melt it down to coat my new armor. I told you, hey, I let the Wookiee win, so I took the metal from your armor to make a new coat for me.
It's my ass.
That's what you don't
It's my
say.
ass plate, Chewbacca.
C-3PO going, suck it, you Wookiee motherfucker.
And he jumps up in the air like Johnny Five at the end of Short Circuit 2.
But it's C-3PO, so it only goes like a half inch off the ground.
Yep.
Yahoo!
Yeah, you can't do it. You can't. There's so many toy lines now that they're just doing screwy shit that you can't collect them all.
Speaking of
Playmate
Star Wars,
seems to be okay.
it's so weird. Star Wars is so weird. Is that
Yeah.
in the '90s I would have killed for the distinction and the focus that they have now, but I just can't care now to get really focused a lot on them.
No.
I'll focus on Boba. I'll focus on Han. But when it comes to like everything else, I'm kind of like, whatever.
What
But,
about?
we'll get 1,000 of like the same Luke Skywalkers, but only 5 Darth Plagueuses, which is like the one that everyone wants.
Yeah, here's
Oh,
a brand new.
Darth Plagueis. I should trust him.
he knows what he's talking about.
This guy.
This guy.
He's gonna
Because it's
turn
like,
things around.
He's really on the up and up.
why are you making another freaking clone trooper when you have characters out there that people want and you're putting them one per box? What are you doing?
Oh man, a 6-inch Kyle Katarn.
There
For
you
real. You know what? I mean, or another Darth Revan or Darth Malgus.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a freaking. I mean, now that, but they still have they have a freaking roster depth that they can go to. I mean, trust me. I think it's like Optimus and Bumblebee syndrome. If you would stop for a little bit, it'd be fine.
Yeah. But the funny thing is that how many people have given up on Star Wars and now are turning around and buying the 6-inch figures now?
Right here.
I've done it. I slowed.
I got Han and Boba. I went to get a Luke, and I just don't like the face sculpt. I don't.
Which one?
Either.
Either.
Like,
Don't worry.
I went to get
by fall,
the
you have a
Bespin.
third choice. You have a third choice by fall.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think they're using the same head. I really do.
No, they're not using the same head.
Okay, good. I
It's,
don't know. I like the Bespin Bespin Luke because I like that outfit, that jumpsuit.
Yeah.
But the head just keeps making me throw it off. So anyway, let's wrap this up, folks. We've talked long and hard.
And not very much about the toys, just the toy industry and how it's so corrupt now.
Well, we can talk about any toys you want. There's the Hasbro toys.
Let's talk toys next time because we need to wrap this up.
Okay.
You know what? Let's do it like this. Matt, Nick, let's find a day this week at evening to do an after hours, and we'll go in-depth toy talking.
Okay.
I'm good?
Sounds good.
All right, let's wrap this up. Matt, they can find you at
Pop Culture Hero on YouTube. I just posted up a new video of me unboxing a big pile of toys.
Nice.
Nice.
Nick.
You can find me at the Pop Culture Network. You can also find me on the Lair podcast with you guys and on Facebook.
Alrighty. And I am also on Facebook. I'm also on Twitter and Bob Saget. You can follow me. Follow the Turtle Lair podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and where you bank or work. I'm also on needlessessentialsonline.com. Go there, read some articles, a lot of fun stuff. I write from time to time. It's what paid for my trip to Toy Fair. So yeah. And you know what? What the hell? I'll plug this too. I also will be contributing to the brand new website Lupin Central.
Lupin.
It's a Lupin the Third centric website, and for the fun shits and giggles that I love Lupin, I'm writing stuff for them and things like that. So go there, just Google search Lupin Central, and it'll come up as a Tumblr page and as a new website. Go to both; they're really good. If you like Lupin, throw it out. So that's it for us here at the Lair podcast. Our final thoughts on San Diego, Nick,
How's that?
Matt.
Don't go. Try not to buy the toys if you don't want them, really.
And at San Diego, the key word is don't be a douche, be a dude. For all of us here at Lair podcast, we'll see you around the bend next time, right here at the Lair. Cowabunga!
See ya.